Herschel Walker is running, you know, I don't know why. Just the name Herschel Walker cracks me up these days. But he is running against Raphael Warnock in Georgia. It's gone to a runoff. December 5th, it is occurring. Important race. One of the things I've become very fond of doing with you guys is the sights and sounds of a Herschel Walker rally. And I just walk you through. If you were in Georgia and were moving your little self from rally to rally for Herschel Walker, this is what you'd see, this is what you'd hear. And what I can say, I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would bet you that you would get hecka confused if you actually went to a rally, as you're going to get here. This is the way that I've become accustomed to setting up these clips. Here's him saying something about Archie Bunker.
He is a man out of cloth. And like, has he read the Bible I read? Because they talks about forgiveness. They said, don't look at the speck in your brother's eye, look at the plank in your own eye. You got to ask for forgiveness. And he never asked for forgiveness and moved on. He's still talking about the past. We don't want to live in the past, because y'all, can I tell you this here? Archie Bunker wouldn't even be on the air today, would it not? And I tell you what, I used to love Archie Bunker. Did you not like Archie Bunker? But because of Senator Warnock, it wouldn't be on air, because he's still living in the past. You got to come to the future, sir. We're moving forward. We're not going backwards.
True. Raphael Warnock would not allow Archie Bunker to be on the air. True. And this is a... I'm just kidding. I don't know. This is a trend I'm seeing. He cracks me up. I don't know why. This is a trend that I'm seeing with Herschel Walker, where he blames Raphael Warnock for things that have nothing to do with Raphael Warnock. Here's him saying that Raphael Warnock is not God's people.
And just real quick to add on top of the, we don't live in the past. We're trying to move forward. Mm-hmm. Yet they're the ones that scream out, Trump, what was it?
Trump actually won.
Exactly.
Totally. Okay, here's him saying that Reverend Raphael Warnock is not God's people.
But I started watching television and I came upon a man by the name of Raphael Warnock. Well, this was so funny, and I'm gonna get into it. No, don't boo him. He's everyone falls short of the glory of God. Let's just think about it. And he, as I was watching him, and just the other day, I heard him preaching in his church about me. He said some of the things I said is venomous and vile. And he said that, when you talk about him, you're talking about Jesus. And you're talking about Dr. Luther King. And this was so funny about it. He is correct. When you talk about God's people, you sometimes talk about Jesus. But he's not God's people, because he's not doing right by what God is telling him to do.
So the guy who proclaims to be super pro-life, but paid for one woman to get an abortion, and then pressured another who didn't want to get an abortion to get an abortion. The guy who is admitted to almost killing somebody, but then seeing a Jesus sticker and deciding not to. That guy is God's people, but Reverend Raphael Warnock is not. Alrighty. Here's him again blaming Raphael Warnock for something that doesn't have anything to do with him.
I'm that warrior for God that he sent down here to get this man out of office. I'm that warrior for God that he sent down here, because I don't dance and sing for nobody. I never have and never will. Because I remember when my offensive lineman used to tell me, they said, Herschel, follow me, I'll take you to the promised land. So I'm going to tell all you, vote for me, we all get to the promised land, because we're not going to get there by one. I want all of us to get together, because that's what we are. We're God's people, and we're going to get there together. We're going to work this thing out together. We can't do it because in the Bible I read, it said a house divided cannot stand. I don't know what Bible Senator Warnock is reading, but it's not the Bible I've been reading, because he don't seem to be doing the right thing by him. That must be Senator Warnock doing this right here, trying to cancel me out, but he can't cancel me out, because I'm the man of God. God loves me, and I can tell you that right now. He loves me, and I'm going to tell you this right now.
Just, I have a rule in my life where I wait and let other people tell me they love me instead of telling the world that person loves me. I would apply the same rule to God. Let God say he loves you. You don't gotta say he loves me so much more than what if I'm kidding. God loves everyone, yes. But if you missed it, what happened was an emergency vehicle drove by, and there were sirens, and he goes, "See, that's Raphael Warnock." He's kidding, I know, but trying to cancel me, but he can't cancel me. Here's him bragging about his muscles.
Stand up. And I can tell you, when they see Herschel Walker, they see my guns, they're going to stand up, because I'm tell you what, I've been working out. I've been getting ready. So this runoff, I told you, I was made for this right here. Need somebody to...
Okay, let's do a little less working out, a little more, policy dives. Dive into the policy a little more. No, work out and dive into policies. Okay, let's see. Ooh, 2 more moments here for you.
Oh, no.
Here's Raphael Warnock getting blamed for, without evidence. People were trying to figure out what was being alleged here. That he encouraged someone or was responsible for someone getting physically abused?
He's not what he claimed to be. And some of the best people that know him best say that he's an actor. He's an actor, because y'all know what he did at that camp as well. Y'all may not have heard this. This young man said that was a sexual abuse and that was physical abuse. And I'm like, who did that? It had to be Senator Raphael Warnock, because he was responsible for it. Y'all didn't hear about it.
Wait. Let's be a little less loosey-goosey with just alleging crimes were committed.
Especially when it comes down to sexual assault. Come on now.
He goes, who did that? Nah, it was probably Raphael Warnock, because he was responsible, I guess, for that camp or something. Again, no evidence provided there. Last moment I'll show you. Another bizarre moment. This is a resurfaced video from 2012 where he admits to some pretty vile possible actions. We talked about him saying he was gonna shoot someone but decided not to. This is him saying that if he hadn't gone to the hospital, he would have killed his wife.
There ain't no shame to ask for help. People ask me in the days of Herschel, are you okay? Is anything wrong? Because I went to a hospital. They think that something is wrong with me. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I used to play football and I was okay. Today, I'm beating up all the 20-year-olds out there because I'm doing this MMA. And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not bad at it. And you know what's something else? I just ran a 4.35 40. I wasn't even trying. So I know I can run better than that. So I've gotten better because I've been to a hospital, because today I can see the light. Before I was in the darkness. Before I probably wouldn't be here, because I can guarantee you one thing. If I'm not going to a hospital, I would have killed my wife. If I'm not going to a hospital, I wouldn't stand here before you today. I want to say thank you.
So I agree that it's very important to get help if you need it. And I never really think it's important to make light of or poke fun at anybody's past mental health problems. And I'm happy with part of the story he's telling, which is if you have any particular thing you're working through, it is the best thing for you to reach out for help. Be open about what it is you're going through. That's not the center point of this. What is this history we do have with him, which makes me feel, I don't know if he's stable enough to be a senator. I would prefer that he continues the process of healing and improvement rather than being in a very stressful and crucial and important and impactful position. And this is on top of his ex-wife coming out and saying he held a gun to her head, and again, him telling stories of times he was or almost violent. And there it is again. I would have killed my wife. Like, I'm happy that you see that the help you got made a difference in your life, but I also don't know if it's quite time for you to be a senator of the United States, if that makes sense. But with all that said, important race, Georgia, definitely, if you can, donate to a race and you're a United States citizen, calling back to the Ted Cruz story, definitely do that. And we will see how it goes. Obviously, we'll be covering it. Crazy stuff. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before any of the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get access to an extra full show every Saturday that only members can see, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley, and there is a link in the description.